A man called Saint Denis. One day he was preaching in a city. They have actually banned people from preaching in that place, but yet he went to that nation and went to preach the gospel. While he was preaching, they cut off his head, and his head flew away from where his body is, and his body went to where his head is and carried the head, and he was still preaching. This was a man, he was preaching, and they cut off his head. His body went to where the head is, carried the head in the hand, and the mouth was still preaching. The power of God. When you touch the power of God, unimaginable testimony can begin to happen in your life. A man called St. Patrick. One day, the son of the king had just died, and they buried the boy. The prince of that nation had died, and they went to bury him. And St. Patrick went to the grave of that young man. He stood on the grave and wrote his signature and said, "Dig him out." And when they dug him out, they dug a living man out. It's called power. When you touch the power of God, you will not walk signs and wonder. You will become signs and wonders. Men will look at you and wonder, what kind of man is this that even the sea hear his voice? What kind of man is this that even the wind hear his voice? It's called power. Power, power, power. Oh God, touch power. Refuse to be powerless. Many of the things happening in our life is a proof that we are powerless. Many of the testimonies we are having is a proof of powerlessness. We must touch power. God, make me a wonder. Make my life a wonder. Let men look at me in years to come and make my life a prayer point and say, whatever is this you did to mobile fire, can you do it to me too? I want men to look at me and wonder, so God is this mighty. We must be power hungry. Oga, we must be power hungry. We must not just be money hungry. We must be power hungry. It is the power of God that dethrones Vashti and enthroned Esther. Oga, it is the power of God. It is the power of God. It is the one that dethroned Saul and enthroned David. It's the one that lifted men in scriptures. That same power is still available. If you believe long enough that you can touch the power of God, you will be surprised at what the power of God will make out of your life.